Okay, so these were the problems that gave us a little bit of trouble last time. And it's when we have the x and y on both sides in both equations. And the reason that's so hard is because I don't know what x is and I don't know what y is, so there's nothing for me to substitute into either of these two spots. So what we need to do is we need to fix that situation so we do have some kind of substitution. Here's what we do. We're going to look for the variable that doesn't have any numbers by it, which would be this y. It doesn't have any numbers by it. And we're going to solve this equation for y. How I would have to do that is I need to move this x to the other side. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. These would cancel out, and I would just have y equals 2x plus 8. Now, since I have what y equals in this equation, I can do what we did before. I can take what we have, which is 2x plus 8, and I can plug it in for y over there. So the equation I would get would be 3x minus 2 times 2x plus 8. That would equal 7. Well, now since we have this, we can kind of go through and solve. So when I go through here and I solve, I would first need to distribute this. So I'd get 3x minus 4x minus 8, which is equal to 7. Add 8 to both sides, which would give me 3x minus 4x equals 15. Combine these like terms, which would give me negative 1x equals 15, and then divide by negative 1. X would equal 15. Sweet. So now I know what x equals. It equals 15. Well, if I know what x equals, I can go in here and figure out what y equals. So if x equals 15, what would y equal? Well, I would take this 15 and plug it into here. And I would get y equals 2 times 15 plus 8. So y would equal 38. And these would be my two answers. Let's try one more, and I'll have you try more of the steps in between through the answers in your video. Okay, so let's see if we can solve this one kind of together. Again, the big problem is that we have both variables on the same sides. So I guess my first question would be, what is the variable that I should pick to solve for? If you said x, you're right, because x is by itself, so that's going to be the easiest one to solve for. And so the first thing I need to do is get x by itself, and how I'll do that is I'll add 4y to both sides. So what I'll get is I'll have x equals 4y plus 10. Now that I have x by itself, what should I do next to try to figure out what x is equal to? If you wrote something like take x and plug it in over here, you're correct. So we're going to take those numbers and plug it in for x. So I get 2 times 4y plus 10 minus 7y equals 3. Now we would distribute. I get 8y plus 20 minus 7y equals 3. Before I finish solving this, let's see if you can figure out what the final answer should be. Well, if I keep going, I should subtract 20. Which would give me 8y minus 7y equals negative 17. I'll add these together and get y equals negative 17. Well, if y equals negative 17, let's move up to see what our previous equation is. we could take this and try to figure out what x is. So y equals negative 17. Try to figure out what x should be before I finish solving this. So what I should do is I should take this negative 17, plug it in here for y. That would give me that x is equal to 4 times negative 17 plus 10. So x would equal, well, I'm going to need a calculator for this. So 4 times 17 would be 68. But since it was a positive times a negative, it should be negative 68 plus 10, which should give me negative 58. So that's what x would be, and that's what y would be. So my final answer would look like this. And good thing we're not using the graphing method, because that would have taken us a while to go out and find this point. Try the different problems today.